the way this pageant pushed boundaries in terms of what a pageant could be is I have not seen myself a pageant where you have to accommodate somebody who is part of the deaf or hard of hearing community.
We found a lovely lady by the name of Andiswa Gebashe, who is our sign language interpreter. The beautiful story about Andiswa is that sign language is her home language. Her father is the one that is deaf. The very first language she learned is sign.
That meant that there was no model to work off of. We had to figure it out for ourselves. And because we now figured it out for ourselves, we created a template now that goes out to the world. It is very sad and disappointing that our Miss South Africa 2024 was unwell and could not continue her journey in Miss Universe. But it would have been so interesting to see how the world stages now actually make room for people like a Mia, because it isn't just about her representing a hard of hearing or a deaf community. It's about representing a community of those living with disabilities. It's about her representing a community of people that have been othered, that have been excluded, that have not been considered for years upon years upon years.
I mean, it started 30 years ago with J.K. Mufokeng, with Sitsana, with a whole lot of women that represented us beautifully.
Being part of the first group of kids of colour to go to a previously whites-only school, I think already then, even though our parents had tried to shield us as much as possible, it had become quite a reality to us that things were changing.
We're all diverse, so it's impossible to be a true representation of everyone in the country, but how they have chosen us, I feel every time, it's so amazing to see everyone's different opinions.
So one thing I take absolute pride in is the fact that I stand by us being the best pageant in the world. We set the bar, we set the standard, and we see it because internationals will be commenting right here on YouTube. And we look at, I'm not even speaking at the level of production, just the ladies that we are putting out there, like Verna has been doing the things, making the queens. And then you look at the production and how we put all of that together. We are by far the standard setter. We are by far the standard setter. I look at some of the new things that we introduced. We are familiar with there being performances in a pageant. But are you familiar with rappers being in a pageant, something we did in 2022? That are writing their own lyrics for the show to celebrate women. I haven't seen that done anywhere in the world. Are we, as in a song specifically made for the show? We introduced the poet who wrote a piece. She watched every episode of Crown Chasers to delve into every single one of these ladies' stories. And they walked to a piece by exceptional poet Lebo Mashile. And if you watch Crown Chasers and you listen to the words of what she says in her poetry, it is those ladies' stories, but it is all of our stories.
At 5 years old, in her mother's high heels, watching Miss South Africa in the living room. She is crowned, crossing treacherous rivers daily just to get through primary school. A financial acrobat walking on wire from an RDP home to university. As she achieves degree after degree through black tax, gender wage gaps, neurodiversity, disabilities, flying like a lioness through fire to inspire her babies.
These are some of the things that we've introduced. We've introduced rounds that are not necessarily judged for rounds. There are more showcase rounds, not just for fashion, also for the ladies. There's so many things, and I think the one thing that I put a lot of pressure on myself for is every year, what are we doing different? How are we setting the bar even higher? I mean, we started doing what I refer to as our halftime Super Bowl moment. In the first year, we had the Queen, Makazi. In year number 2, we had Robot Boy. And in year number 4, we had Kamumpela. And like, if I put those 3 people in a category, what do they all have in common? High energy performances, dancers, filling up the stage, epic energy. And like, I take such pride in us doing that. We just have a moment in the show where now everybody's like, okay, Fredemchil is doing it again. We know somewhere, somehow. These are some of the things that we introduced to set a different bar, a different standard, and why we need everybody to be invested in this. If we're saying we're changing what beauty looks, sounds like, represents, if we're saying this person's going to be an ambassador and do fantastic work, then we all need to be invested in it.